Welcome to Winning with the Burns, a podcast for highly ambitious people who have a burning desire to learn what it takes to win at a high level. Hey guys, thanks for joining us again today. You know, Nick, we got a great guest today, good friend of ours. He came in, worked part-time as a college student, and is just really just taking off in our business.
Yeah, it's couldn't be more proud of Lincoln. And I think he got graduated from school last May, and has taken the bull by the horns and has done very well. And so, Lincoln, kind of share. I know you've been on a podcast before. We're going to get into more of the meat of what we're going to talk about today, but kind of talk about how you got your license to do what we do and what your thought process was when you first got in the business.
Yeah, so thanks for inviting me to be on the call again. And basically how this happened and how I got into the business is I was in school and JB, his son, needed some help with some homework, with some classes, math to be exact. And basically he kind of asked me to help him. But he didn't ask me directly. My professor for college kind of asked, if there was anyone willing to kind of, help a young kid out. And I volunteered, came to the office, helped him for a couple of days while I was still in school. And then from there, I kind of met you and JB and kind of just went from there. JB kind of talked to me about the business. And then, I got my license my junior year. So that was 2020. But I didn't start until after I graduated in 2021. So then that summer I came in, started working, and that's kind of how I got into the business.
I don't even know what your degree's in.
Yeah.
What is your degree in?
My degree is in psychology with a minor in business. Okay. So I had a plan not really a plan, but I was thinking about possibly going to become like a guidance counselor in school or therapist or something in the psychology field, helping people. But I just never really saw myself really doing it. So I didn't really, apply to any graduate programs. I actually had the opportunity to go to our graduate program at LaGrange College. They said it was going to take care of everything, but I just never took it. But that's kind of what I was going towards before I kind of found, this opportunity while I was in school. So, when I was a sophomore or junior, when I had met you guys, that's when I was really trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. And that's when I started to kind of, read more books and have understanding. And I think the pieces just came together when I met JB, and that's how everything kind of started. From there, I just went all in, and now I'm here.
Yeah, so you were actually, I think he was our first agent when we started doing virtual, right?
Yeah, when we went to virtual, he was the first one. And you were talking about a book. Do you remember the name of the book I put in your hand?
Well, I read Rich Dad Poor Dad before you, but it was the Secret Millionaire, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, is that the book?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, he gave me that book the first time we had a conversation about the business, and he was just like, I want you to read this book. And I learned so much knowledge from that. I still read that book like 3 to 4 times a year, just because every time I read it, I'm at like a different, point in my life to where new things I'm able to kind of understand. And like I said, that book I still have it today. He's not getting it back, but that book kind of catapulted me to become who I am today, and kind of work towards what I want to become in the business. Starting off.
And that's so good to hear you say that, because I do a poor job. I read a lot, so I read close to a book a month, but I do a terrible job of going back and rereading books, because to your point, because I've done it a few times, but when you go back and read a book over, you see things that you didn't see before. It was almost like, you weren't prepared at that moment at your level of growth to understand it. You could only understand it at the level that you were at. And, we don't know what we don't know, but, when you first came on, like I said, I was figuring that out. You didn't even get appointed with the insurance companies that we work with. I was the only one selling, and then you were selling. And it was a learning process when we first started it. We don't have, like all the training that we have now. We almost overtrain people. So kind of talk about, your experience, the first year in the business, because you had never sold anything before, right?
No, I never sold anything. And JB kind of makes fun of me. This was my first ever job. Like out of college, I never, this is my first job. So I never had, experience in selling or nothing like that. But coming into, like you kind of said, we didn't have the training that we do have now. And I was learning from you while you was learning at the same time. So I was seeing you learn, and also I was trying to, just follow and mirror you at the same time. But kind of just understanding, being consistent with your activity. I think that's what I kind of focused on at first because I seen you do it at the same time, you know, down the leads, trying to get your appointments and everything like that. But really trying to focus on not my, you know, results in the first year, but really trying to focus on making sure I follow the system, making sure I not only do what I can, but, you know, do what y'all tell me to do as well. You know, just being a student at the business because I kind of correlated it with basketball and being a student or a player on the basketball team. If I'm able to kind of get the reps in and do what I can, you know, I'm going to get better over time. So that's kind of how I, you know, thought of it at the beginning and how I went about, you know, getting better for myself.
And you definitely, I mean, you're rolling. I mean, absolutely rolling. I mean, I'll put you up against anybody when it comes to doing a presentation. You know, a lot of people hear what we do. They say virtual sales. Well, I don't sell. Talk to somebody that, you know, doesn't have any kind of sales experience. What would you advise them on if they were thinking about getting in our business?
Well, I would advise, number one, whoever brought you into the business, listen to them because I'm pretty sure they may know what they're talking about. But basically, I don't think I sell because we have a presentation or we have a process to where we ask certain questions to each person we sit and talk to where it's not we're really selling. We're just trying to paint a picture for them to kind of see, you know, what it looks like for them and what's going to happen if something happens to them. So I personally, sometimes I even think to myself, am I selling? Like, am I doing a job right selling? And I have to catch myself and knowing that, no, it's not about selling. It's about really just talking to them, understanding their situation. And just really trying to figure out what makes sense for the client at the end of the day, because that's what you want to do. And that's how, you know, you're going to continue to grow and be better at this business and be able to continue to help more people is just kind of following that system of just asking questions, simply having a conversation and then going from there. That's what I think kind of.
Yeah, no, you nailed it. Because, I mean, that's what a lot of people don't understand. They think, you know, you're selling. We're not. We have a process in place that if you follow it to a T, you'll get the results, and meaning the results. So number one, you'll help families. Number two, you'll make money doing it. But it truly is you got to be coachable and you got to work. I mean, virtual is more efficient for us. You know, to us, it's the future. It's not necessarily the future. It's the now, you know, because, I mean, you know, we get everybody on video. I mean, it's pretty simple how we do it. But the ones that go to work, the ones that are coachable, you know, the ones that get better, like you said, by doing the reps. Eventually, man, I mean, you got a guy on your team now that's, you know, his 4th month, and I mean, he's at the top of the leaderboard every single week. And so it don't take long to catch on. And especially now with all the training that we have and we're moving at a high level. You know, matter of fact, the ones that are being casual with it, they're getting left behind because we're not spending time with them. I mean, I don't say that in a rude way, right? You know, we're only spending time with those that are fully engaged in this business, and you've got to be. In anything you do in life, if you want to win at it, you got to be locked in. And so we're locked in. We're going at a high level. You started building a team over the last few months. So explain to people what a team is in this business.
Yeah, so basically a team in this business means you invite the opportunity for someone to become a CEO, join the team, and also, you know, get licensed to be able to, you know, help families. When you have a team, not only are you helping them kind of, you know, make sales or, you know, trying to help families, you also will be able to kind of build your business or organization where you don't have to work. You can work if you want to, if you have a big enough business, but you're able to get not a percentage, but you're able to just have some success with them as well and kind of get a feel of how owning the business is by getting overrides and such like that. But I'm building my team now to where I'm trying to help others that I know around me, you know, get to where I am faster, you know, which means having them to, you know, have more success for themselves, embarking and helping other people, kind of getting more on the team as well. But kind of building a team for me means helping other people get into my team, having them to have more sales and allowing me to help them have more success faster than I did, but also making to where I'm able to make those overrides and also having bonuses to build myself up in this business as well. Hopefully that y'all understood what I said about that.
Yeah. So I'm green. I don't know anything about it. So what's the advantage from a financial aspect for you to bring somebody on your team?
So the advantage is I'm at a certain percentage on, you know, in this business. If I bring someone else into the business, they are at a certain percentage. If they make a sale, basically I get a partial of what they make at the end of the day. And if you have 5 people doing the exact same thing, you get partial from 5 other people. So not only are you producing yourself, but you're also having that extra percentage coming to you as well. You're not taking any money out of nobody's pocket. You're just making a percentage spread that the insurance companies have for yourself as well. So that's basically, in layman terms, how that kind of, works.
Yeah, that's good.
Talk about the advantage that you felt like you had being a college athlete coming in, that, this business with your college athletic background, how the same principles run parallel, because you talked earlier about activity and, learning the process, and now leading people, because you were a leader on the basketball court, you were a leader in the classroom. Talk about how that background kind of, I think, laid a foundation for you to really excel in what we do.
Yeah, so like I said before, I was a captain on the basketball team since I was a sophomore, so I had to learn how to grow up really quick. Trying to understand how people work and how to kind of not manage, but kind of help people push through when they don't want to push through. But also, as an athlete, you have to consistently come in, you have to consistently go to the gym, get the extra work in, making sure you perfect your craft the best way you can. And I feel like it applies the same as business. You have to stay consistent. 1 week or, one bad week, can't deter you from continuing to trying to get, better and better. And I think in this business, I allowed it to just kind of, help me know that it has to be the next shot mentality. This person may have said no, this person may be ineligible. I may not be able to get in contact with this person. I maybe can't find something for this person, but you always have to have the next play mentality, because at the end of the day, you keep shooting, you're going to hit something. So, that's kind of how I kind of think of it, just keep on going, keep going, because at the end of the day, there is someone needing my help, and I have to just continue to look for and keep on going to help that person.
What helps you from a professional standpoint? I mean, I know you have a routine that you stick to, and you're pretty regimented with everything that you do, but what are some other things? Like, I know you have a routine, you go to the gym, I know you read. What are some other things along with those things that helps you predict your results at the end of the day? You get to predict your results based on, what you're going to do every day. It's almost like we always cut up about it being Groundhog Day, but you seriously have that schedule and that routine that you stick to every day that you grow.
I think it's me being prepared. Like, I try to prepare myself before I start my routine. So every Sunday, I literally do the exact same thing. I will be in the house around 6 o'clock, read some of my book, just get my mind mentally ready for the week. And I do that every night as well. Like, I may read something at nighttime, get my mindset mentally prepared for the next day. Because I think, just getting your mindset ready to do something, and you already there, you already, in the mindset, it's easy to just kind of, not have to turn it on, but you already are on. Just kind of go with what you already know. And I think my routine has allowed me to do that, where I go to the gym at this point, I get up at this time, I shower at this time, I come to the office at this time, I'm on the call at this time. And just having the automated routine, that really has allowed me to be more professional, because it's eliminated so many more factors in my life that allow me to just kind of focus more on my business than anything else.
Yeah. I love that you said that the routine that you stick to, and you're really honing in on mindset. So many people think that, okay, now I can turn it on and I can turn it off. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that's something you can do as an individual when you're trying to win at anything. I don't think you can, okay, well, now I'll show up today, I'm not going to show up tomorrow. I think that's something that you either live it every day or you don't. To your point, you said, I can't just cut it on, cut it off. If it's always on, I don't have to worry about trying to cut it on.
100%. And one of the books I'm reading, The Intentional Mindset, it kind of says something that I've already been doing. Like, one aspect you do in your life is you're gonna do that in all aspects. So if you are like professional routine with, coming to work, you're going to be also, routine with going to the gym, also with how you treat your family, how you treat other people. So I think that kind of allowed me to kind of be who I am and, allow me to be more professional. It's just always been on an on mindset with everything I do, and just being there with whatever I'm doing. If I'm hanging out with some friends talking, I'm there in that moment. If I'm, working, I'm there in that moment. If I'm working out, I'm there in that moment. I don't try to, change who I am or change what I do. Well, not change what I do, but just change who I am in any scenario. Just continue to have that own mindset to, just be ready for anything.
Being consistent, just being consistent in everything that you do, right?
Yeah.
Talk about relationships, how relationships have really helped you in this business by, bringing people into the business, showing them to do what you know how to do. how those relationships that you've had over the years with the court, on the court and off the court, has helped you really, take your business to the next level.
Yeah, just having relationships with different people. I'm not the type of person. One thing I always say in school, a teacher could sit me by anybody and I can talk to anyone, no matter who they were. And I think that has allowed me to kind of just be able to talk to anyone, regardless of their background, regardless they're different from me in any way. But just building relationships, talking to people, being open to them, and just showing them what I do, or just opening up opportunity for them to listen to what I do. I think that has allowed me to kind of build more relationships, but also build my team, or just allow me to have more people come in and listen to what I do as far as on a professional mindset. But just being just relatable and just being authentic, I think that has allowed me to kind of build relationships easier, because I don't push for relationships. I just kind of be who I am, and if we connect, we could connect. But I think just being able to talk to anyone, not shying anyone away, just being able to be sociable, I think that has allowed me to kind of be more better in this business as well.
I love that you said being authentic, because I think that's a lot that we have on in this world. Is we live in such an Instagram world where people, you always say you fake, right? Everybody's fake.
Yeah.
People put on and they're not real. And I think people are attracted to realness. Real recognizes real. People are attracted, and you can smell the fraud out from a mile away.
100%.
When people are being fake and they're telling you this and telling that, you can sniff a fraud out from a mile away. But let's talk about the financial aspect. We don't have to get into too much detail because I know how you are. But, when you first started, you were telling me you wanted to get into real estate. You wanted to develop and, do some things. But I think you're getting to the point now to where you have enough cash where you can just go buy your own house.
Yeah, I'm getting to that in a couple of months. That's my goal. But I really think this business has allowed me to just have a better mindset on where I could go within it. So like really now I'm really honing on to my team, and literally I said like at the beginning of this week, it's go time for all of us. So as far as following the system, doing the most activity we can, because we actually have something going on for now until the end of this year, just trying to really get as much activity we have. So I'm really just focused on that. Everything else is going to fall into play. I kind of told myself after the sales manager retreat that if I really hone on into this business and really hone on into, kind of building my team, getting better at my personal production as well, everything else that I want in life is going to actually fall into place, because, it starts here. So I really, I'm just focused on that really right now. Really trying to get more, on a production standpoint, but also on the team standpoint, getting them going faster than I did. And I think is working really good right now.
That's a sign of maturity, Nick. When you hear that, you notice how he's not honing in on the financial gains that he's getting. He's not focusing on that. He's not focusing on a result. He's focusing on the process. And if you focus on the process, the activity, like you hear what he says, it's eventually going to come. But you still got to do the work. At the end of the day, you still got to go to work, period. In anything that you do, so many people want the results and they don't want to put the work in.
Shit, everybody wants a result. Let's just be honest. There's so many people out there that are just, be honest, just lazy. They dream big, right? Dreaming is a good thing, but you got to back it up with work, and so what you're doing now is, I know you've got dreams. You ever think you'd make the kind of money you're making right now?
I've always thought, like I've always dreamed it. I've always said I wanted to, but the why and the how was always questionable. Now it's like, okay, it's really happening. It's becoming, reality. So I never really thought for really I had goals and dreams, but now I can see, it really working. I can actually put, okay, if I do this for this amount of time, I do this, and I have this amount of people, and I do this and this, it can work now. So yeah, now I can see it, but back then, no.
Yeah, and did you ever think it would be like our business? We say it on every call. It's a simple business, but it's not easy. It's tough at times, because you got to be mentally tough to make it in our business. But it's simple. We take a lead, we call them, we solve a problem. Okay. When it comes to a team building standpoint, hey, are you open to making any extra money? Are you open to another career? Simple. You check interest. If they are, then you show them what we do. If some will, some won't, right? So it's simple. So you hit sales manager 2 months ago. You know, our numbers for sales manager is a number of qualification, a number of production that you do, and you have to have 2 agents. So you hit that. And then this past month, the next level is regional manager. And I think you had the writers. Sales manager is you and 2 other writers, so it's 3. And then sales manager is you and 4 of the writers, so it's 5. So you had the writers, but you were just a little short on the production. When you hit sales manager, not talking about your personal production that you make when you write business, not talking about your override commission that you make, what will you get once you hit sales manager, regional manager here with our company?
I'll get, if I'm not mistaken, it's $1,500 a month bonus. And it can actually go higher than that. I looked at the product. It's actually, I want to get to 3,000, but it's 15. Starting off is 1,500. I really want that. Like I said, I'm just really focusing on right now, just helping my team get faster at production than I did. Faster at helping families. But $1,500, I'm looking forward to that. I'm pushing for that. That's my goal, to get the regional manager. I don't want to be stuck at a sales manager for a long time. But that's where I'm really focused on right now, is that regional manager.
Talk about how important it is to have a running buddy. I know you've got a couple running buddies here at the office that are running with you. Talk about how important that is in doing what we do.
That's very important. Starting off, I wouldn't say I didn't have a running mate on starting off, but basically having a running mate kind of holds you accountable to the business. Kind of helps you maintain, who you are sometimes if things don't go your way, because you see them going through the exact same thing as well. But it really just keeps you accountable. That's the number one thing. Keeps you accountable to your business, keeps you accountable to showing up, keeps you accountable to continue to learn and grow in the business. Because if something doesn't work for me, and I continue to go to my running mate, which is Mina, I can definitely, ask him questions. He'll, go off what I say. And even because he is new, he's learning things, and I can learn things from him as well. So it kind of allows me to be, like I said, more accountable. That's the number one thing. And it just makes me automate showing up, because I know he's going to be here. He knows I'm going to be here. So it makes us have a, competition, healthy competition as well, but kind of makes me be more accountable to my business and who I am as a person.
How does it make you feel to be able to share this opportunity with somebody and to see their success like it is?
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. I mean, me and Mina talk all the time. It's just absolutely amazing. I feel like growth is like one of the best things in the world. Money is, good, but seeing someone just kind of progress from, seeing where they were, seeing everything they went through, trying to get to that level, is just, amazing. And I can't wait to see it for the next person that I have. It's just, the growth is just great. And it's just seeing someone go from this to that and continue to go, it just so amazing. And I just
and there's
can't
so
wait.
many people out there that truly are just, they're ready. They just hadn't been offered it.
Yeah.
They think that where they're at is it. But something inside of them is thinking, man, there's something out there, and it's our job to share it with them. It's our job to show them a different way. That's what I love about our business is, we get to help families on their worst day, give them something to take care of the worst situation, but to give them a peace when it comes to making sure that either their house is paid off, their final expenses are taken care of, there's cash in the bank so they can live. We get paid to do that, and so there's so much opportunity out there because we're all virtual. We're not confined to a geographical area, so you can work anywhere in the United States and do what we do. But it's exciting, man. It's exciting to see your personal growth. I mean, to hear you talk now is night and day difference than it was a year ago, because you are grooming yourself. You are showing up every day. You're getting better, and I don't think that ever stops. I don't think it ever stops to the expiration date we have on us. I think you can always learn. We don't know what we don't know. And once we think we figured it out, man, we haven't. There's so much more out there to learn, and we can constantly be learning every single day. And that's what you guys are doing. You're showing up every day. You're self-developing. You're getting the numbers done on a weekly basis, and all it is just taking what you know and duplicating it over and over and over with others. And Lincoln, there's no telling where you guys could be in the next 60, 90 days.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I gave everyone on our call, by next year, I give them a certain production amount that we are going to be doing, per month. They all agreed to it. They all want to go towards that, and that's what we're honing on to. So, like I said, I believe this is, the best time to get into business. I believe this is the best, time for me in my life to just kind of go full steam. And I'm just ready for the next, couple of months to the years that's going to come after this. So I really appreciate the opportunity as well, just to let you guys know. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. Well, you hear it from Lincoln. It's a growth mindset, not a goal mindset. So focus on growing yourself every day. Magical things happen when you just show up and you do the work.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you guys next week.